So this was our last topic, right? We discussed a lot of key characteristics, why cloud, okay, cloud services models, and what else? And cloud deployment models we discussed, major cloud providers we discussed,
Yeah,
okay, common
common
cloud use
clouds.
cases, yeah,
Yes,
and pricing models. So the
yes.
last part for today is architecture of cloud computing. Okay, so which means this is the standard template, or you can say blueprint for all the cloud service providers. Okay, they need to
Yeah,
use
so
this
your
template.
screen is not being displayed.
Oh, is it
This is.
right now?
Yeah, yeah, I can see now.
Perfect. So we're going to discuss about architecture of the cloud computing. Okay, so this is the standard of blueprint for for all the service providers, cloud service providers. Okay, so let's try to understand um, what is cloud architecture. Sorry, architecture of cloud computing. At least as a definition, cloud computing architecture is the structured design of the components needed for delivering the cloud services. Okay, so it includes, so this architecture includes front end, back end, okay, cloud delivery models, and infrastructure models. Say layers as well. Okay, so this is about the, you can see normally this cloud computing architecture, as I said earlier, right? So it's a blueprint for all the cloud service providers. Let's try to understand the main components of CA. CA stands for cloud architecture. Okay, the first component here is, first one is front end. Okay, which is the from the client side. Okay, so this is what the user interacts with. Okay, the front end is what the users interact with. So this is what the users interact with. So when if you remember 2 days back, we created the we subscribed the account, right? So that will be considered as a front end. Okay, once you log into that account, okay, they were the cloud services. It could be Azure, AWS, or any service, any cloud service providers. They offer couple of services to you. Okay, so how you can use those services using the front end. So this is completely explicitly for the client side user interactions. So which includes, it includes web browser, okay, cloud portals like AWS console in this case, client side software, API client tools. Okay, I'll tell you what is API. That we're going to discuss when when we introduce the automation. Okay, so the what is the function of this front end? Functions of the front is send, requests to the cloud, okay, and provides UI, user interface to users. So these are the main functionalities of using the front end within the architecture. Okay, the second component here is, which is nothing but to backend. Okay, so which is refers cloud provider side. Okay, so this is where the actual cloud processing happens. This is where the actual cloud processing happens. Ex- uh, one of them which includes compute server. Okay, like EC2 instances. Okay, containers you can consider, serverless functions, which is serverless less functions, which is nothing but lambda functions. Okay, containers. The second one definitely no. Here it is the storage systems. Okay, in the storage systems we're going to discuss about object storage. Okay, S3 blob. Okay, block storage. One more thing, we're calling as EBS. Okay, and the last one is within these stores within the storage systems, object storage. The last one is file storage. Okay, the next important component here is databases. So again, I'm not explaining about in SQL. Okay, a lot of database engines will be available. So we're not going to discuss. The fourth one is networking. So these everything will be part of the backend. Okay, so front end in the architecture, it's divided into two components for now: the client side of front end and the back end. So what is front end? This is what the users interact with or interact with. Okay, so like web browser, if you want, when you onboard, when you create the account to utilize the services, you need some UA, right? So those things will be offered by the cloud providers, then that will be used from the client perspective. So the functionality of this front end is just send a request to the cloud and provides API to users. So that is the main functionality of this. The backend refers to the cloud provider side, where this is where the actual cloud processing happens. They offer a lot of services. Okay, one is compute servers, storage systems, databases, networking. Okay, and even security. Fifth point is even security and identity. Okay, sixth one is management and orchestration. Okay, so these are the subcomponents were involved in the backend. Okay, now let's try to understand cloud architecture layers. Okay, so normally we have five layers in the cloud architecture layers. The first one is physical layer. Okay, which include data center, servers. Okay, everything is physical. Okay, networking devices, storage, hardware. Okay, anything is physical. Okay, the second layer is, guys, is one more important, virtualization layer. So what is virtualization layer? It converts physical resources into virtual resources. It converts physical resources into virtual resources. So for, okay, so for this use case, normally we use one more layer called virtualization layer. Okay, so what it provides, normally in the virtualization layer, it provides the virtual machines, virtual network. Okay, virtual network VNets. Okay, so using this layer itself, it provides all the services as a virtual, as a logical, you can call it as. The third important layer, infrastructure layer, which is nothing but IaaS. Okay, so already I discussed this part. IaaS, PaaS, platform as a service, fourth one, which is nothing but platform layer. Okay, so what is the functionality of platform layer, Shihan?
Yes, sir.
What is the functionality of platform layer? Runtime
That's
environment,
where
right?
we do the work, where the environment runs.
Yeah, runtime, middleware kind of thing, right? We can develop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the last one is application layer, which is nothing but software as a service layer. Gmail, okay, Salesforce. Okay, so those things will be part of the application layer. So the cloud architecture is itself is divided into five layers: physical layer, virtualization layer, infrastructure layer, platform layer, and application layer. Okay, so this is about the theory. Now let me show you the entire architecture flow. Okay, so this is the architecture cloud architecture reference which I'm showing to you. Make it bigger. Okay, so cloud computing architecture is divided into following into two parts: front end and back end. Okay, so this is the front end and this is the back end. The above the internet, which you see the layer cloud infrastructure is a front end, and below this data center, okay, management, application service, runtime, cloud, storage, infrastructure, security, which is nothing but backend. So I covered all of them in the completely, right? Any questions on this architecture? Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. I will give you 1 minute. We can make a note of all the document, all the notes. Yeah, you can make a note, or I'll. Yeah, this is the one. Architecture of cloud computing. Cloud computing architecture is the structure design of the components needed for delivering the cloud services. In front end, It consists of front end, back end, cloud delivery models, and infrastructure layers. So main components of cloud architecture: front end and back end. Okay, and one more thing in the back end. No, this is where the actual cloud processing happens. First one is cloud compute servers, storage systems, database, networking, and security and management and orchestration. When you come to the cloud architecture layers, it's divided into 5 layers: physical layer, virtualization layer, infrastructure layer, platform layer, and application layer. Okay. So is it completed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let's try to understand important cloud services, cloud offered services. Okay. So how cloud offered services? The first one is EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, which is nothing but we can build the logical or virtual instances. So why do we use this EC2? Why do we build these logical virtual instances? To deploy the applications, or you can use any kind of operational level of work, but majority EC2 is completely used to deploy the application. Nowadays, we have a lot of services is available in the market in the cloud itself. Kubernetes, right, to deploy the applications, a lot of things. But initially this was the plan. To majority of the instances were deployed because to deploy the applications. Done. The next one is next important service: networking, network. Sorry, not network. VPC, virtual private cloud. We can call this as a network, logical network. Okay. Third one is storage. Fourth one is security. In security, what are the services? Firewalls, WAF, IAM role, IAM, security and identity as well, both. I'm just mixing both of them. WAF, IAM, what else? Security group, network, access, ACL. ACL stands for access control list. Okay. So just try to understand. Okay. I'm going to teach you what is AC2, the advantage of it's a very again it's a bigger topic for each and every services. So here I'm just showing you the number of services which the cloud is offering as of now. Okay. So the next one is what else? Databases. Okay. Sixth one is IoT services, AI related services. Seventh one. What else? Hmm. So what else? Okay, yeah. Serverless. Like in this case, lambda functions, okay, etc. Uh, okay, there are a lot of services were offered. No, I can navigate to the cloud and we can see. Okay, cloud, AWS cloud services list. Yeah, this is the one. Top 25. Okay. Oh, so it's good. It's navigating to the LinkedIn. So we should close this. Uh, and wanted to go. Let me open any one of the page. Yeah, one more is analytics. They're for data science, right? Data science and data analysis. They offer the services. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to understand one more important service. Okay, which we're going to discuss here is EC2, which EC stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, so Amazon EC2 is a virtual server in the cloud. Okay. In which cloud? AWS. It lets you run applications by launching virtual machines for EC2 instances. So the advantage of this one is you no need to without needing to buy a physical hardware. Okay. So what we choose is here, guys. You guys to remember what we choose is CPU, memory. Okay, this is most important. Storage we need to choose. Operating system, which could be Linux, Ubuntu, or whatever. Networking. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the five we need to choose when we provision any EC2 instances. CPU need to choose memory, storage, operating system, networking. Okay, now let's try to understand key features of EC2. The first important feature is on-demand virtual server. So which means we can launch servers whenever you need them. Okay, so this is on-demand virtual server. The second one is scalability, elastic scalability, increase or decrease instances automatically using auto scaling concept, auto scaling service, which is available in the EC2 itself. Multi, third important one is feature is multiple OS support. Okay, so as of now it supports Linux, Windows, Ubuntu, Red Hat, and also we can do the custom AMS. So Amazon, what is AMI? Amazon machine image. Okay, which is we can call it as image. And also one of the important feature is variety of instances types. Okay, so one of them is compute optimized, memory optimized. Second one is GPU based. The last one is storage optimized. So these are the variety of instances types are available in the EC2. Okay, one more important feature here is security. Secure. Okay, so using the security groups, key pairs, and IAM roles. Okay, which will be very secure. The last important feature is pay as you go pricing model. So which means pay only for compute uh, for compute time. Okay, so normally they charge based on per second. Okay, so this is about key features. Yeah, if you want, you can make a note of it. I'll show you all of them when you will do the lab, right? So practices today probably we are going to do the theory. The next day we're going to do the lab or the demo. So during the time we'll come to know all these things. So just theoretically you need to aware of it, and practical also you can do the next day. Is it completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's try to understand EC2 instance types. The first important type is general purpose. Because no, please make a note. Okay. So these are the things will be asked in the interviews or written examinations. So there we have a T series. Okay. T2 and T3. And one more thing is in the general purpose balanced, we have a T2 series, T series, and one more thing I've forgotten. What is that? M series. Yes. Okay. M5, M6. Okay. So whatever the series, whatever the instance type you choose, right? Everything will depends upon the five important things here. What are those things? CPU, memory. For example, if you choose the T2 micro, which CPU has one processor. Okay, memory probably 8 GB, storage 8 GB, operating system Linux. I mean networking between normal networking side of block. Okay, if you choose the M5, CPU might be 4 processing, memory could be 32. Okay, depends upon step by step. According, you need to choose the instance type. Once you choose the instance type, automatically the CPU memory storage will be allocated to that. Okay, so this is completely theory level of things. So you need to remember. Okay, in interviews they will not ask anything, but you need to remember. So in which situations we can use the general purpose use cases are to host the web servers or small databases and application servers. Okay, during these scenarios requirements we can use the general purpose. The next important instance type is compute optimized. Okay, C5 and C6. What are the use cases? If you want any high performance computing, right, on batch processing, in the situations you will be using compute optimized. Use cases are high performance. See, for deploying the application, it doesn't require any high performance, right? So it's during some, if you require for compute, if you require some high performance because of for data analytics, no, data analytics also required for something. If your application required very high performance, so in these cases you will be using uh, um, compute optimized, and even doing the batch processing. Okay, during this operational level of work, you can use the compute optimized. The next one is memory optimized. Memory are which signify which identify with R5 and R6. Okay, use cases. And one more thing is X1 and X2, which is also referred as in memory optimized. So use cases are for large databases. We'll be using memory optimized. Okay, in memory caching. So during these use cases, we'll be using memory optimized. The next one, GPU optimized. So GPU optimized starts from this P series and G series. Okay, use cases are ML. What is ML? machine learning. Okay, and 3D dimensions, 3D rendering. So during that scenarios, we'll be using GPU instances. The last one is storage optimized. So I3, I4, and D series will comes under storage. So use cases are big data. Okay, so these are the 4 to 5 instances types you need to remember. I'm just giving one more minute. You can take a note of it. So here the important things are general purpose. What are the series? Okay, T2 and T3, M series, M5 and M6. Use cases. Okay, compute optimized C5 and C6. Memory optimized R5 and R6. GPU optimized P series and G series. Storage optimized I3, I4 and D series. Used for big data. Okay. So the last important topic for today is EC2 storage options. So EC2 offers normally 3 types of services. Okay. EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. Okay. It acts like a hard drive for your instance. Okay. The second one is instant store. Fast but temporary storage. The last important service is S3. S3 stands for simple storage service. Okay. Not attached. This will not attach to the EC2. Okay. But used to store backups, AMIs and logs, etc. So you have done some certain operations in the application. Okay. You deployed the application in your EC2 instances. The application logs needs to be stored at some other places, right? We can use the S3 simple storage service to store all of your application logs or backup of your application, right? Everything can be stored inside of the S3 bucket, but used to store backups, AMIs and logs, etc. Okay, so this is about EC2 storage options. Okay, sorry, I think I need to cover one more important thing is EC2 pricing models. Guys, this is most important. First one is on demand. Okay, in on demand, pay per second and most flexible. Okay, the second important pricing model is reserved instances. The reserved instances. So we need to give 1 or 3 year commitment. If you give 1 or 3 years commitment, it will save up to 72% cheaper. It is cheaper and you can save up to 72%. Where is percent? Cheaper. Okay, third important instance type is spot instances. Very, very cheap. You can save up to 90% off. can be interrupted anytime. Okay. The last important one is dedicated hosts, hardware reserved. The entire hardware will be reserved for your organization. Only for you. Okay. So this is about EC2 pricing models. So I'm giving one more moment. You can make a note of all of them. So there are four types of pricing models: on demand, pay per second. Okay, most flexible, and every second they are going to charge it. So there is one more to save the cost of your buying the instances, right? So they are again they offer three types of anyway. Purchasing the instance in the environment itself is free. It's a less price. During that less price itself, they are provided the discounts. Okay, if you use the on demand, they do the payment, they do the prices based on the per second. Okay, in order to save, in order to get more discounts, we can use the reserved instances up to 72% and spot instances up to 90% can be interrupted anytime. So when you choose the spot instances, they can interrupt at any time. Okay, so they can destroy the instance, or they can reallocate the instance to different location. That can be done with the help of spot instances. And dedicated host only they will be assigned, they'll give the tag and they will assign that physical hardware to your organization. All right, so these are the four important pricing models you need to understand. Apart from this, instance types are also most important. Okay, because if you're not aware of this series, okay, it's not if it's very difficult for you to no design the architecture when you designing for your applications or any other use cases. Okay, so you need to know what in which situations you will be using general purpose, compute optimized, okay, memory optimized, okay, and GPU optimized and storage optimized. So you need to understand each and every point here. So I hope I'm clear, I'm explaining it very clear, very from the basics, right? Any confusions or anything?
No, sir, it's all clear.
Perfect. Let me stop recording. uh, okay, assignment for next class: log into AWS console page, navigate to EC2 service, okay, and click on launch instance and see the available options. Okay, so this is assignment for you. Don't click on OK. Just click on, don't launch any instances. Just go next. Don't launch it, and see the available options are available when the what do we can say, available services in the EC2. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Please make a note.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and see. So when you launch the EC2 instances, then you'll come to know what I'm trying to explain here. So during launching of the instances, this everything will be available. Okay, so data on demand pricing models, okay, instance types, so storages, okay, see, everything will be all shown over there. So since this is the theory, okay, when you practice, when you log into, when we doing the practice at the time, once again I'll show you all these things, and I'll try to repeat the content as well. Okay, so that's it for today. Any questions before we close the call?
No, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a great day then. Let's count down on day after tomorrow.